The interesting thing about tires as well, not every tire is made alike, meaning you have compounds that make up tire, the type of rubber they use. This is a very hard compound. I mean, you just touch it, it almost feels plastic. It's hard, whereas the Enduro tire is very soft. Now, there's too soft. In my opinion, I think the Whisper, just the original Whisper slick that Flight Fins puts out, I think that's especially for the pint, is too soft of a compound. It's too sticky. So now the friction it creates slows you down. Though it's a really soft ride, you feel like you're riding on an airbag almost. It's super quiet. It's a great ride for those things. But if you don't want to lose speed, it's not a tire you want to have on.
We had a couple tire questions earlier today.
Okay. Do you remember them?
Well, I tried to help him out in my status. I just listen and learn and try to help him out. He's got a stock slick on it, and he just felt like he was still just off balance when he was riding on his pint. So I asked him what the PSI was at.
Ooh, yeah, genius.
And he said he was riding at 18. He had it at 20, and then he had gone to 18, but still feels a little.
Yeah.
And so then a few other chimed in and said he could take that PSI down, and then they suggested some other tires to try.
Yeah, I mean, take the PSI down and see what you like. 18 still pretty high. Are you riding in cold temperatures or hot temperatures? You know, if it's warm, the tire's going to be softer. It'll just be from the heat. If you're in cold, it's going to be harder. So all those things do play into it. The tire on a pint is a lot more rounded, and so you're going to run into that problem. There's just so much you can do to make it less round. And so,
because it's meant to be carvy, and
that's the whole point of it. And some people like that tire on their XR and stuff. So, but deflate it, and then there's other tires out there. The Hellerad tire from Float Life, I've not rode it, but I've not rode a tire yet I don't like that they've put out. So I would put you on that tire if it was me. I feel like.
What one did you say? The Enduro?
The Hellerad from Float Life. That tire, again, my kids all ride the pints, and I don't. And so I don't have a pint. I suppose I can always use one of theirs. But if I had it, I would test it out. We have the Pint Enduro on one of our pints, and all the kids have rode that one and want Pint Enduros moving forward.
That's because they want something new.
Yeah, but no, because they know what's good on a one wheel. And to speak again honestly about the Enduro tire, in winter, we started the winter trying to test that thing out in snow in our trails, and we were kind of wondering, hey, on the GT, does it make sense that you need something with more of a tread on it? And we're like, I wonder if the stock tire, treaded tire, would be better on the GT. And I didn't have that. I only had the Enduro. Lily ends up with the GT in December with the treaded tire on it, and we were riding yesterday. And we rode miles yesterday in the snow. A bunch of us did. And I asked if I could ride hers, and I jumped on it. It was awful. The stock treaded tire versus the Enduro tire, hands down Enduro tire in snow. Those are my two options riding right now. I know I have a third one. It would be the slick, but that's no go. The Enduro tire still, because of the compound, was softer even in cold temperatures. I could deflate it down in its profile. It was just a nice addition to riding in snow. Now, I do think the GOAT tire that's going to come out from Flight Fins probably
strong competitor.
Could be. I don't know anything of the tire, like compound or any of those things, until we get our hands on the tire to really look at. But the tread itself looks like it's got enough bite to it that's going to just add to that traction in snow. I think when you look at the tread on the stock tire, it's so close that it's not really a treaded tire per se. It's not a contender for really a treaded. It's got grooves in it, which is going to give a little bit more bite to it, but not enough. And the compound's harder. It's just not a go-to ride for snow, in our opinion. And so thought the Enduro tire, I'm so glad I didn't change it for winter and go back to my stock, because I would have been disappointed in it really rapidly and had to do another tire change. So Enduro all the way, Team Float Life. Well done. You probably didn't even know that was going to be a thing in winter, seeing as you are making it and developing it in California. And it's a good hybrid tire. I don't need to change a tire to go to Arkansas now. I can go still ride the Enduro And it'll be interesting to get the GOAT, the greatest of all time tire. That's a bold statement when I've not seen anyone ride that thing yet. And I'm not knocking it. I ordered it. It's not being sent here. I'm just saying, you're claiming something I've not seen anyone riding yet, saying it is the best tire of all time.
Well,
thank you guys. It's been a pleasure. Subscribe to the YouTube channel right here for your latest One Wheel content. We try to get some of the most creative people and influencers in on this podcast for the community, so you get to know them and hang out with them. We love doing this. If you subscribe, you get reviews throughout the week, made videos that are doing like more than just showing you a product. We go put them to use, test them out, see what they're like. So stay tuned for that. If you want to go watch some videos that are just straight entertainment from our races and stuff, we drop those on Sundays, so you'll love those.